No error. Cool.
Trading bell, my heart starts to pound. Daily stock day trading podcast in my ears. Guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. I gotta get rid of. I had a lot of charts, a lot of stuff that I did yesterday. So, and I gotta turn on my do not disturb. I am chatting with the co-creator of the 4-hour algorithm over text. He does work for Tesla. And I will tell you, hold on, I gotta get my chair straight. Mother effer. On firm ground. Okay. Oh, now the camera's messed up. Oh, come on. What are you doing? AI tracking. Morning, Chris. Good morning. Live now. Okay, I gotta put the volume down. Morning, Rusty and Harold. Okay. Skip. I got an ad. Daddy just got paid. Morning, Olga. And scene. We've got. Am I AI tracking? No. I do want to AI track. My buddy, we're just talking. We are so cheap. Both of us have more money than we'll ever need. But what's funny is, oh, we got the action bundle. Huh. Interesting. What's funny is, so I guess let me see if I can sign in. Let's see. Insta 360. There's the new X. No, there's the X4. They don't have the X5. Huh. Let's go to Amazon. I want the Insta 360. X5. I may just get it. I mean, I may just order it right now. Where is the Insta 360? Let's see. Standard bundle comes with, where is this? Bundle. I'm literally chatting with my buddy. I think he's watching me now too. But, yeah, I want this. God, I want this. Okay. What am I doing? I mean, not on here for me to shop for cameras, but even though, listen, I just watched 6 hours of Twitch of some kid, flipping Pokemon cards. So, yeah, I want the new selfie stick for the Insta360 is what I want. The one that just you can put in your pocket. And that's what I want. That is the one that I'm like, okay, I really need it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to sign out of this because then this refreshes, that refreshes. Oh, that's not even the most recent. By the way, my thumbnails are kicking ass right now. Yeah, you got that right. You got that. Google killed it, by the way. I mean, I'll take a look at the chart, but Google just killed it. We're going to close that. I'll close that one. I do want to sign back in there. There we go. Okay. And we're going to go over here. I have T-Mobile. I did use Perplexity, by the way, for a bunch of stuff. Oh, it's back ordered for the foldable. Damn it. Ugh. Every time. So here's a little backstory. When I went to Peru, I had ordered a new drone and I wanted it right before I left. And I got it before I left. And then I couldn't take it with me for some reason. I forget what. But every time I have a vacation planned, I get this. By the way, just so everyone's aware, and yeah, I'm calling this out. Steve, the Steve who just commented, he is the co-creator of the 4-hour algorithm. He is the reason I have a podcast. All you douchebags that listen to me, yeah, you can thank Steve. And by the way, I'm going to go on a rant today because there was a douche who just made a comment on Spotfiy. You seem like a smart individual, but I can't take your political rhetoric. Well, douchebag, have you watched the market lately? It's all effing political. Oh, and by the way, he'd said, I want proof of Trump's grifting. Well, let's just say the top 20 coin holders of Trump coin get an invite to the White House. You don't think that a Russian oligarch might be the top 20, coin holder? Yeah. Any thoughts on the Shador? I have so many. I mean, if I go to my Twitter right now, let's see. Let's go to Twitter. Because I think I have something like 30,000 likes on my my take on Shador. Here it is. Shador Sanders having a custom draft room built with legendary plastered all over it after his dad said he'd be a top 5 pick, only to not get drafted on night 1 has to be an all-time draft moment. Yep. And then, he built his own custom draft room. This was in response to, why is he falling? He built his own custom draft room and has 6 camera crews following him around. He will be an absolute locker room nightmare for any coach to have to deal with. That's my hot take on that one. That's my hot take. So you can say what you want about that one, but it is what it is. Okay, here's what we're going to go over. I went into Perplexity because Celestica, which is a top pick, I said, what happened to them? We'll go over that because they beat on revenue and earnings per share last night. So they did beat. I got a lot of questions about that one. I think it's like Vertiv. Honest to God, I think it's going to, I'm shocked at how bad it didn't get like killed, but I do think it's $100 stock. Shares of T-Mobile. I was watching that one live. I went on live on Substack last night. Alphabet effing killed it. Alphabet just killed it. And I asked Google what were the highlights and any concerns raised by analysts. I mean, Google Cloud is growing at 30%. Oh, the search let's focus on the search revenue. Douchebags. And this is just a 13-second clip. We are so back. I mean, we are so back. Where's my Safari? Let me see. Where is the volume? We'll turn up the volume here. We are so back.
AI, generative AI, AI. It uses AI.
I mean, we are so back. I'll play that one in the podcast. And Stock Savvy Shay. I mean, Shay put it perfectly here. Let's talk about potential softness in consumers. I mean, it hit the rule of 40. It's the cloud business. And before the earnings, NVIDIA and Amazon basically said, hey, AI data center demand is not down. So, I mean, listen, you're still in a market where a tweet can take you down, but Apple plans on rolling out its unit hardware division to India. It's not quite that simple, but I mean, they also had, oh, by the way, that first one was their robotics shakeup. There's gonna be a hurdle. Okay, so Austin Hankwitz was on with Katie Stockton yesterday. I was on a webinar with them, and he gave 3 picks. I'll give you 2 of them because the first one I thought was horrible, but I just didn't like it. And we'll go over Palantir, SOFI versus SOFI and Hood. I thought this was a great indication. I will go over some recent alpha picks, their 5-day gain, some recent ones. NBIS, I think it is. Let me see. Nimbus. Yeah, Nebius. That's what it is. Nebius Group. It's falling. I still like this one. The 4-hour algorithm makes you 120, or that's the Liberation Day. Let's go 4-hour. 25% versus 71%. But that's kind of a little skewed. I mean, it only goes back 6 months. And the reason is, you get this one. What do you win? 50% of the time, there's 6 positions, so it's 3 and 3. I do think that coming back up to that 200-day, which would be a 20% move. I think that's likely. I like that one. So we'll talk about that one. I want to get back to QQQ because I will start out with QQQ. We'll talk about Snowflake, the biggest movers. We'll talk about the biggest movers. I do have a screenshot that I'll put in the newsletter. Top quant stocks by market. I own number 2. I'm just saying. I have owned number 2 for a couple of months now. It's a gold play. There is this new metric that everybody's rolling out. And, are we in a bull market now? Have we turned the corner? Have we seen the bottom? I don't know. But, this is absolutely key, this NYSE and stuff like that. I mean, we're getting really, really good numbers. So it's interesting. This was a great, the White House, just be careful. I mean, just be careful. It's, again, a tweet, a comment is going to take us down. A great thread about Besant and how he just admitted that, hey, we're going to play with stuff, so the market's going to get played with. And this is a great clip as well, because this is my rant about the douchebag. Oh, maybe I didn't. Let's see. Open this up. I may have to go around here. Let's see. Yeah, this one. By the way, these graphics are awesome. I'm just putting that out there. This one from yesterday, 10 stocks. Just so you're aware, 5 of the 10 were up 5% or more yesterday. Just saying. And remember, these aren't ones that I picked. These are entries in the watch list or in an index, or it's not my watch list. It's the watch list that I share with everybody. So, and then they got a 4-hour algorithm alert the day before. So if you had Trendspider and you had watch lists set up with alerts, you got it. We're going to play this one up here. And I forget. Oh, okay. That's this. So we're going to take that and we're going to put that. Okay. Yeah, we're going to play that. Okay. And I do have a blue check mark on Twitter right now. So I paid for it. Okay, let's see. Do your stretches, do your yoga. My fat ass, I am 177 pounds. I should be 165. It's Fat Gary. Fat Gary. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start the podcast now. I'm going to start recording. Good morning. It is Friday, April 26th. We're going to go over a lot. We're going to go over some top stocks, the top 10 of Seeking Alpha for 2025. We're going to go over some top quant stocks that I found. Have we seen the bottom? Are we back in a bull market? Exactly what's going on? Google killed it on earnings. We'll go over more earnings. We'll go over 5 stocks or 4 alpha pick stocks that are up more than 10% or 5% in the last 5 days. We'll go over stuff like that. Austin Hankwitz was on a webinar with Katie Stockton. I was on it yesterday, and there were 3 stocks they brought up. I will bring you up 2 because I think 2 of them are good. We'll go over Apple because, listen, I talk my own book, and Apple is still a huge part. We'll talk about the Google earnings. We'll talk about T-Mobile earnings, Celestica earnings, how I used Perplexity to basically tell me how those earnings went. But let me start out. I got another comment from a Trump lover that can't listen to me based on my bias. He said there was no evidence of a pump and dump by Trump. I point you simply to Trump coin. The top 20 holders of this are invited to Washington for a dinner with the president. And the coin pumped 85%. That's influence. Yes. Biden did it too. So don't come at me and say, well, Biden did it. Well, I know Biden did it. I'm not saying Biden didn't do it, but you can't be in this market. You can't talk about this market without the one man who's manipulating it. And yes, absolutely you don't have an Oval Office with Charles Schwab and not the company, the actual man, and say he made $2 billion today. He's manipulating the market. Tariffs on, tariffs off. So I say it again. If you are in listening to this podcast, things may change because we can be taken down or up by one tweet. And a man saying that he can't listen to me because of my bias, just effing leave. Don't, this is like Michael Scott here. Here you go. This is what it is.
I declare bankruptcy!
Yeah. You just walked out of a silent room and declared bankruptcy. That's what you look like, douchebag. I mean, again, we find it funny, so everybody's laughing at you. You don't need to comment. You can just not listen. So I also want to point out, I did this for paid newsletter subscribers yesterday. And by the way, these graphics are so damn good. So damn good. I love these new graphics, but out of the 10 stocks, half of these stocks in the list were up 5% or more yesterday. If you had Trendspider and you had the 4-hour algorithm on Wednesday and you had alerts set up, or you just scanned on Wednesday night, like me, okay? I literally went into Trendspider, I hit market scanner, and I said, okay, give me the ones that are an entry in the 4-hour algorithm. And I got 10 of them that I liked. I went over all of them yesterday. Half of them were up more than 5% yesterday. So if you had bought on Wednesday night after the market closed, you were up more than 5% yesterday on 5 out of 10 stocks. It was a good day. Now, how do you get Trendspider? You go down to the link tree. The link is right below my head, linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick, this top link. Okay, and the top link takes you over here. And here is Trendspider. $648 for every 12 months. Okay, you have to be able to trade enough to justify that deal. But you save 8% forever. 8% forever. It's $50 a month. 54. It is a great tool. Watch me as I use these charts. Watch me as I show you Google that traded exactly to a previous support and resistance in the chart. So I don't care if you get Trendspider. Again, just like I don't care if you listen. I don't care if you get Trendspider. My point is, get a charting program you're comfortable with. Steve and I, the founder of the 4-hour algorithm, we searched for months to try and find a platform we were comfortable with. This was it. We hated TradingView. We didn't like TradingView. It was too restrictive. You had to program crap. This has become way easier than when we started. It is an amazing, amazing program. So again, this is just something that I put in there for the paid newsletter subscribers, but anybody who had Trendspider, you didn't need to pay me. You didn't need to pay me to go over this stuff. You have Trendspider and I share it with you. So let's talk about, is the bottom in yet? Probably not. I mean, honest to God, he's talking about 50% tariffs on China now. Are things speeding up? It doesn't seem that trading activity has been moving at a faster pace since COVID. It actually is. Summer 2023 was the last time the S&P entered correction territory, and the index recovered from its bottom in 24 days. Historically speaking, it has taken 133 days for the S&P to find a bottom after falling into correction territory. Okay, 133 days. It found it during 2023 in 24 days. I think we're moving faster. And so do I think that a bottom is in? You don't know. You just don't know. But what can you do in Trendspider to avoid it? Well, the Liberation Day strategy. Because this strategy, it works on a weekly candle, and I will point it out to you. It saved you 20 plus percent during these historic pullbacks. 25% during COVID, 32% during the 2022 historic interest rate increase. 3, it saved you during the dot bomb crisis, okay, of 2008 to 2009. It saved you a ton of money then. And so far, it saved you 25% during the Liberation Day tariffs because so far, okay, from when it got you out to the bottom, it saved you 25%. I don't know when it's going to get you back in, but it will get you back in. If you have Trendspider, you can import this one for free and set up an alert. See right over my head where I have QQQ Liberation Day? That's my alert for when I will get a text. And by the way, if you're a boomer, it will even send you an email. So it's a great way of actually identifying when can I get in. Now, I will tell you, I am not selling when it tells me to sell on these things. I am accumulating QQQ. I use that sell as a trim. Now, I'm not getting out. I use it as a trim. Now, I built this after that fact. I trimmed way down lower. But now that I have this strategy and I know that it back tests well, I will use it. It wins 64% of the time. So 64% of the 14 positions over 9 years, it wins. Okay, it doesn't time the bottom, doesn't time the top, but it gets damn close. And the best prediction of the future is the past. And what are we looking for? Okay, this one, an absolute great thread here for what to look for. Great insights into what Trump's Treasury pick, Scott Bessent, has been leaking pretty much to the press. Okay, he's been saying it all along. And this thread puts it out there. It's great. The hypothesis is fantastic. You just have to know exactly what he's saying. And he's saying the bottom may not be in, but nobody knows what Trump is going to do. And Bessent isn't running the show. So Charles Gasparino says it perfectly. The White House is playing a spin game with trade, seeing how talks of progress moves stocks and stabilizes bonds and the dollar. In other words, be careful. There will be more announcements about pending deals aside from the ones we have been discussing, India and Japan. Okay, China is a difficult negotiation. They said yesterday, we're talking with China. They didn't say who they were talking with. And the Chinese said, hey, we're not talking. FYI, I don't trust China. I don't trust a communist country that has lied significantly. I don't know that it's true. But you know what? I don't trust Trump saying that he talked to somebody and then refusing to tell us who he talked to. I don't trust that one either. So be careful. That's my point. Look at the charts. Understand where the direction is going. Okay? This is absolutely key. Will Liberation Day start strategy? I've built in Trendspider. You can download the strategy for free. And I said that if more than 75% of the stocks in the NYSE are higher today, and they were, a rare Zweig breath thrust will trigger. Since World War II, the S&P has never been lower 6 and 12 months later. It's 100% win rate. Okay, I don't even know. I got a question from a listener. Hey, can you go over this Zweig breath thrust? No, but you can go and ask Perplexity about it. I'm bringing it up. I haven't done research because honest to God, I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish. I'm looking. This is not a 5K for me. This is a marathon for me. So am I pulling out of the market? No. I am 80% invested in the market right now. You guys know I bought on that day, that 11% day. I probably bought at the peak. Am I worried? No. Have I added since then? A little bit. Not much. Not like that day. That day I went all in. I went from 60% cash, 60% invested to 80% invested. It was a big buy day for me. And I went over for the paid newsletter subscribers, which ones I bought. Okay, to say one more time that we've seen in the past 2 weeks isn't what you see in a bear market rally. More than 70% advances on the NYSE 6 times over the past 10 days. Near lower and 6 and 12 months later, never lower. Sorry, never lower 6 and 12 months later. So if your time frame's 6 and 12 months, Ryan's telling you, buy. The S&P is up at least 1.5% for 3 days in a row. This isn't stuff you see in a bear market rally or short covering rallies. You see this before times of strong performance. Higher 10 out of 10 times a year later, on average 21%. He's essentially telling you all of this. Okay? He's going into depth about, hey, we may be in a turnaround. And you can see, has the trend changed? Not really. You know, the 9 days swinging a little bit on this weekly. We can go to the 4 hour. Has it changed on the 4 hour? Well, the 9 and the 21 are turning positive. The 50 days still negative. So if you're on a longer term and you're believing the weekly, we haven't changed completely. But those candles, the inside candle of this one, this week is now green, FYI. This weekly candle is now 6% up. If we go back, the shocking thing is that the monthly candle in April is up. It's green. So the monthly candle being green, look at COVID. You had one big month, which was March, and then the next one, April 2020, it was green. And then you continued green. So maybe we just had this 2 month downturn and maybe we're turning green. But again, a tweet can turn you around. It could be completely done. Now, I will include it in the newsletter. If you don't have the newsletter, you can go over to Linktree. Okay, it's like the 5th one down here. It says newsletter. It is free. During the week, it is free. Most of the time, I was live free yesterday. I put out a free one. I did put out a paid one yesterday. But I will put in today's newsletter the top quant stocks by market cap. And FYI, I own the second one. Well, I own the first one. The first one's Berkshire. Just full disclosure, the first one's Berkshire. Second one is Newmont. Newmont Corporation. I brought this up in February, okay, for the paid subscribers. February, right here, February 12th. That's where I brought it up. So you can see it was trading at about 45. Why did I bring it up? Well, I go into the strategy, just FYI, the 200-day is a key. See that right there? That was an alert I had set up, and I told paid members, set it up. Because once it breaks through here at 48, I said we're at least going to 50. And that's not a bad move. Again, that's a short little move. And we're now at 55. In pre-market, you're at 54. So I don't know if it's breaking down, but I have some alerts set. I know where I'm going to sell, and I'm going to take profits. I have alerts set. But again, biggest stock movers of the day. We're going to look at 2025 stocks. Let's look at those real quick, because here I have a portfolio, and this is what you can use Seeking Alpha Premium for. You can use this to set up separate portfolios. The top 2025 stocks, I love it. I love it. Now, if we look at these and we look at the change, let's see. Yesterday, we can just look at these. Look at these. Change 3.7. I'm gonna add views. Let's see. Let's go to performance. I want to go to performance, and I'm going to do 1 week, 1 month, and year to date. And we're just gonna look at that. We're going to just do this one, just this portfolio, apply to this one. So we're just going to look at this, okay? 1 week, look at those 1 week stock moves. You had Credo up 15%. You have OppFi up 12%. You have PayPal up 6%. You have Inta and DXPE up 5%. You have Celestica up 10%, okay? Yes, they're down, but these are 1 year stocks. Look at the year-to-date performance. So far, LRN Stride is up 34%. OppFi is up 22%. EAT is up 20%. Okay, you got Credo down 36%. I have no doubt in my mind that Credo will bounce back. Amazon is their number one buyer of chips. And Amazon just came out yesterday and said, hey, the AI spend isn't going down. So this is how you use Seeking Alpha. Watch me use it throughout this podcast, okay? Biggest stock movers, Friday. Google killed it on earnings. Big Bear up 10%. Shares soared after the company announced it would deploy its AI machine learning-driven heavy manufacturing planning platform, Shipyard AI, for Austell USA. The partnership aims to support. They actually have revenues. Good. Biggest losers, Intel and Skechers. I had an argument with Simon from 7 Investing. I said, I ain't wearing Crocs. I wear Skechers. Well, I'm the old man in the room. I mean, Crocs is up like 30% year to date. Skechers isn't up. So, yeah, you're not going to get all of them right. Let's go over some other stocks that have been moving. Snowflake. Now, do you want to play this one in the 4-hour algorithm? It kind of meets the buy and hold for the last 2 years, so it doesn't perform horribly. But what's better is this channel. This is the range that I like trading, and I've published this many, many times. You can buy this below 150, and it pumps to over 200. And it will happen again. Snowflake is just one of those. Is it a great stock? It is expensive as F. But you're not buying it for its valuation. You're buying it for its future. It's a strong buy in the quant. The only thing against it is the valuation. And yes, 136 times forward earnings is incredibly expensive. But their growth at 29% revenue year over year, and they've got great management, I think it's a buy. What does Wall Street think that it's worth? They think that it's worth $195. It will pump to $200. So that's the way I like to trade it. Again, having a plan matters. So Eli in, NBIS. I had brought this one up. Nebius. I think this one. Again, I like this one. I haven't found a strategy to actually buy it though. So I like the company. NBIS is the symbol. I like its platform. I have heard several elevator pitches on it, and I do like it. I just haven't found a good strategy to do it. It was up 6% yesterday. Look at that stock. Look at that 52-week range right there. Okay, between $14 and $50, and you're trading right in the middle at 24. I like it. I like it. And Eli yesterday, in the paid members, I think it was paid members or on the live, he mentioned he had bought Alpha Pix on Monday. He's way up, he said. Again, what is Alpha Pix? Well, when you go to Linktree, the second link is Seeking Alpha Premium, which you've seen me use right now with the quant rating and things. Okay. And then there's Alpha Pix. Alpha Pix is a data-driven portfolio of stocks. You get one on the 1st and one on the 15th. The portfolio return greatly outpaces the S&P. It hasn't been doing well for the last year or so, but on the rebound, and Steve Kress has said this many times before, it will outperform. It should. Historically, they do. So what are some of the recent Alpha Picks? And we can look at them on the rebound. App 11 is one. Let's go to a 5-day. It's up 14%. Okay, that's one. Wells Fargo, which I doubled down on over 5 days, up 7%. Okay, we've got Credo, which I just went over, is one of the top 2025 stocks. Over 5 days, 19%. And what else is a recent Alpha Pick? PayPal. 5 days, it's up 6%. Again, the way Alpha Picks work is you get one on the 1st, one on the 15th, and they tell you when to sell, and they give you a full description, a full elevator pitch of why they picked it or why they're selling it. It's a rules-based portfolio, and you can get the bundle by using the link in my link tree and saving $150, $159 to be exact. Okay? Again, go and look at it. If you don't want Alpha Picks and you just want Seeking Alpha Premium, you can get it, and you can get a 7-day free trial and $30 off. Just go to my link tree. It's all there. Okay? First, you have Trendspider. Second, you have the bundle. Then you have Seeking Alpha Premium. Then if you want Alpha Picks by itself, it's right there. And then you have the newsletter. So, you want to know about fundamentals? Well, let's just take a look at it. I talk about the valuation of Palantir being crazy, the forward PE being nuts. But even what's not crazier is some of the revenue and market cap numbers. So market cap, again, I say it many times before that NVIDIA at a $3 trillion market, and I think it's like $2 trillion now. But even if it were to double, the largest companies ever have only had a $3 trillion market cap. So getting to $6 trillion is not likely. The stock is not likely to double in market cap. And likely, they are not likely to buy $1 trillion worth of stock back. So, pumping up the stock like Apple has done. But they will buy hundreds of billions of dollars of stock and then retire it, and it's good. But Palantir, their revenue is $2.87 billion. Market cap, $236 billion. Now, when you look at SOFI, they have almost the same revenue as Palantir. Their market cap, $12 billion versus Palantir's $236 billion. Okay? Hood, revenue, $2.95 billion. Okay? It's even more than Palantir. And their market cap is $39 billion, which is 1/10 of what Palantir is. Of those three, I like Hood, and I have gone over Hood before. What I like about them is what Chris Camillo brought up. I like the fact that Hood, they said, hey, we can't launch sports betting. So what do? Oh, a prediction market. They found a way to get it done, and they are aggressive. And I think there's a whole bunch of kids that are growing up. And we talk about this wealth transfer sometimes, which is coming up from the baby boomer generation, where they will actually start transferring their trillions of dollars of wealth down to people who are using apps. And where's that money going to go? It's going to go into Robinhood growing their market cap. So I like it. I like it a lot. So again, just valuation and companies and fundamentals matter. So make sure you have a tool to get fundamentals. And you can use FinViz if you don't want Seeking Alpha, but I prefer Seeking Alpha. Before we get to Apple, I'm going to go over Austin Hankowitz and Katie Stockton were on a webinar yesterday that I was on, and they went over 3 stocks, and it's based on fundamental and technical analysis. Okay, that's my mojo. That is totally my mojo. I will skip the first one. let's just say if you're looking for a BJ from the back of a gas station and you're in the, the gay community, yeah, you may want to pick the first one. I wasn't taking it. It's a stock, full disclosure, it's a stock that's not making money. It should go positive. Austin loves it. I didn't like it. But again, I'm going to get flagged and I'm going to get canceled for that one. I'm not going to edit it out. Screw it. But the second one he brought up is right in my wheelhouse. And it's in the daily stock pick watch list in Trendspider. It's Cloudflare. Okay, this is in my, and his wheelhouse made me want to do research and makes me want to buy it. Under its 200-day right there, on the 4-hour, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 108% versus 83% buy and hold. I like that. I like that. So maybe I just look at that one as one. Then look at that trend line. Okay, it has held that trend line, and you are close to just gaining confirmation again. The trend line looks good for support. The MACD on the weekly, it's down at the oscillator, 2 points above. The RSI just coming off of 41, it's at 51. Okay? And then we can, the symbol, by the way, is NET, Cloudflare. Then you go over here, and the only thing that dings it are the revisions and the valuation. Okay? Analyze with AI. You can go and look at the valuation. Appears significantly overstressed. The price to book ratio is 28. I don't care about the price to book ratio. It's 28. I mean, let's go look at the price to book ratio. If we go and chart it, is it historically for this stock? Let's look at it in valuation. We'll go to price to book. And we'll just look at Seeking Alpha on this one. And we'll go, is it stretched compared to the industry? It's stretched. But it's not stretched historically on this one. It's not. So I'll take that one with a grain of salt. Then you go to the revisions. Recent earnings revisions have mixed, but 4 have been upward, 21 downward over the last 3 months, suggesting analysts have a cautious view of the future. Well, that may be slightly concerning. But let's go look at what Wall Street says. Okay, there's 12 that say strong buy and 15 that say hold. But they have a $139 price target, which is 16% upside. It's one to keep an eye on. I've got it on a watch list. Then the other one that he brought up, which is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, this one, of everything, anything under $200, I think you get Amazon. It's just going to continue growing. So of those two, I own Amazon. I don't own Cloudflare. I like it. Another one that I own and I own big is Apple. It hasn't been, we haven't been in love with Apple this year. It's down, let me just see, year to date, it's down 16%. But it's still expensive, but they're shifting assembly of all US iPhones to India by 2026. That's next year. This is a Herculean task. They're trying to avoid a China-US trade war. That's it. They still work with Foxconn and Tata in India. They will need to set up certain things. It's not as simple as, hey, we're just going to go over and install this. No, it's all hurdles. So we'll go and read about this. You can also ask Perplexity about this if you want. But it's hurdles, and it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be expensive. So it's going to cost money. Apple plans to slide its robotics unit as well into hardware. So not only are they dealing with some manufacturing and delivery issues, they are also changing the senior teams at the top and shuffling responsibilities. It is a stock that, in my mind, down 20%. I want to hold it. I don't want to sell it. I do think that this is a $240 to $250 stock. We will see next week on earnings what they actually come out with, because I think a lot of people were buying iPhones over this past time trying to avoid the tariffs. I think that's a lot of things brought forward. I don't know that they're going to give guidance. I don't think anybody cares if they give guidance, but you see the 52-week range, you're right in the middle. You could toss a coin, but it's expensive at 28 times forward earnings. Let's go and chart the PE. We're just going to check the metrics, and we're going to go over to valuation, and we're going to do the PE. We're going to take out the price return, okay? The PE, is it stretched? Maybe not historically. I mean, it's a little bit stretched, but not historically. But again, when you go into the growth, you're growing revenue by 2%. That's not a company that I want to pay 30 times for. There are probably better buys out there. But since I hold it, I'm not getting rid of it. I don't need the cash. I have plenty of other cash. And that's the decision that I've made. Okay? We talked about NVIDIA and Amazon. They dashed the concerns that AI data center demand is slowing. On Monday, Wells Fargo's issued an investor note that Amazon was pausing some of its data center. However, Miller issued a response that was only routine capacity management. Okay? Josh Parker, NVIDIA's senior director of corporate sustainability, says we haven't seen a pullback. I don't think you're seeing a pullback. AI is still strong. Now, Google killed it. I mean, Google just killed it. They are buying back their stock. GCP, Google Cloud, just hit the rule of 40. And I don't even know what that is. Apply a 20 times multiple on it. And it's $48 billion run rate. And you've got a $1 trillion cloud business. We just talked about the market cap. You've got a $1 trillion business. Well, what's the market cap of Google? 1.95 trillion. That means the rest of the company's only worth as much as the cloud business? I don't think so. Again, let's keep talking about softness on the other side. It's not even a game. It's not even I mean, really. Google, in my mind, there's going to be a key here, okay? But before we do that, I just want to say,
AI, generative AI, AI as AI. It uses AI to bring AI.
I mean, that's 15 seconds. We're back. We are so back into the AI world. And that's what you're dealing with. Now, Gene Munster, this is totally true. Today's move in Google will give us a read on where Google investors are. If it holds or builds on the 5% pre-market gain, that's a sign investors believe the shift to generative search will take longer to materially impact the business, or even better, a sign that might be a winner. If the move fades, it signals a more serious concern about the long-term outlet. I agree with that. And I think that's a measured approach. Now, I will tell you, I was live yesterday on Substack, and I said, hey, this looks good. Look at that candle, okay? That 171.40. I'm going to take you back and take you to a 4-hour chart where that is on there, and I will show you. But that 171.40, guess what the high yesterday was? 171.45. It traded right to it, and then it started fading off. So that's a clear resistance. It's at 167 now. Is that a buy? I don't know. I mean, the 4-hour algorithm doesn't work great on this one. And I've said you trade this between 150 and 190 right now. But that 170 in the middle, that is resistance. Where did it get resistance? Well, a previous resistance point back in May of last year that turned into support in June. That turned into support right there in July. It lost support, turned into resistance in August, turned into a resistance in October, turned into a resistance here in November that was broken, turned into support in November. And then as it pulled back, it provided some support here in March. And then we saw it bounce back up there in March 25th, 2025. So that 171 is a key sticking point. And boy, it traded right to it yesterday. And Google right now at 167. Again, if it holds it, it's fading right now. That's a little dangerous in my mind. So maybe you don't want to hold this one. Maybe you will just want to get rid of it. But I will say, if you go back and you look at the 2021 highs, you are getting this one at about the price that you paid in 2021. The business has gotten better. You know, the MACD in 2021 was what? 9 points above the oscillator. Today, you're 5 points below the oscillator. The RSI is at 43. It's a better business today. So I don't think that this one's one that you buy for a sprint to trade next week. I think this is one that you buy for the long term. If you use Google, okay, if you use Gmail, if you use Google Search, if you use Gemini, if you have an Android phone, why wouldn't you hold this? So I went to Perplexity and I said, was Google earnings good last night? What were the highlights? And it gave it to me. Again, if you don't want Seeking Alpha, at least use Perplexity. Revenue rose 12%. Earnings per share jumped. Net income soared 46%. Google search and advertising remained strong. Google Cloud revenue grew. YouTube Avenue increased 10%. Alphabet increased its dividend by 5%, authorizing a $70 billion buyback. Analyst concerns, while results were broadly based, some analysts noted that Google's cloud revenue, though strong, was just below consensus. It grew, exploded, wasn't good enough. There is ongoing scrutiny from antitrust cases and concerns about potentially higher capital expenditures in 2025. The spend is catching up with them. They didn't slow down on their spending. And then I said, are they buying back the stock? Yes, Alphabet authorized a $70 billion stock buyback program. The buybacks will be executed over time, blah, 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 blah. So again, I like this stock. And then Alphabet CEO raised the possibility of personal ownership of Waymo robotaxis. Again, you've got a multiple on this one. Remember, half of it is cloud. They're not even valuing in the robotaxi. Because this one, when you look at the valuation, it's trading at 18 times forward earnings. Tesla, which is the other robotaxi company, is trading at 137 times forward earnings. So I picked Google over Tesla. Just my thoughts. T-Mobile slid after postpaid phone ads come below expectations. I said the CEO of T-Mobile's coming on CNBC. You don't go on CNBC unless you blew it away. They did blow away earnings, but the phone ads were kind of weak. Now, Verizon and AT&T, they went up. So again, if you want a mobile phone, go to my link tree. Okay. I'm not a T-Mobile customer. I am a Visible customer. You can get it right here, and you're probably paying more for it. Okay. Each line, if you're single, these are great prices. And I have the $35 a month one. I have been on this forever. It is the Verizon network. It is the best network out there around my neighborhood in Atlanta, and it is fantastic. So that's just me. I have it. Again, I save you $20 when you go to my link tree and sign up there. Celestica. People ask me about Celestica. Hey, this is one of the top stocks. It's also an alpha pick. I own it because of alpha pick. They killed it. Earnings per share beat by 8 cents. Revenue up 19% year over year, beat by 90 million. It was a good quarter. I couldn't find anything. So I went to Perplexity. I said, why is Celestica stock down after last night, after beating? Was it related to slowing growth numbers or something else? Estimates, investors focused on the company's Q2 guidance, which was only modestly above consensus expectations. They didn't raise it. While Celestica raised its full year outlook, the Q2 forecast for both earnings per share and revenue was not as robust as some investors had hoped. So it's just not as robust. Again, you've had a crazy run of this stock. Now take a look. The weekly, you've still got that strike line on the MACD that needs to come down. This is the only reason this stock is down. Not because it was bad, but it's trading at what, $89? It ran up yesterday to 90, I think it was 95. 91.22 was where it was at. 91.22. It's a strong buy in the quant. So I like this stock. I still own this stock from Alpha Picks, and I like it. Now earnings today, you had AbbVie, Colgate. I haven't gone over any of those, but next week I will be on vacation Thursday, Friday. And I'm coming back Sunday, so I'll be on Monday. But I will be on vacation Thursday and Friday. I will have some pre-recorded podcasts that will come out on Thursday and Friday. So I'll record them probably this weekend, but it's going to be more about setting up systems and how to get organized and things of that sort. But next week, you've got a huge week of earnings. You got Spotify. Remember how good Netflix's earnings was? Well, Spotify's the Netflix of audio. You're probably listening to me on Spotify. I like the company. I own the stock. Coke, I own the stock. SOFI, we just went over. GM, UPS, Royal Caribbean. You got Visa, Starbucks, Booking Holdings, Snapchat, First Solar. And then on Wednesday, you got Microsoft, Meta, Hood, Qualcomm, Teladoc, Sprouts Farmers Market. You've got a bunch, Caterpillar. You got Wingstop. You got GE Healthcare. And then on Thursday, Thursday when I'm off, the big daddies, Amazon and Apple and MicroStrategy. Then you got Airbnb, which is doing really well. You got Reddit, which ran up and then came back roaring back down. You got Block, which is XYZ. And then on Friday, you got the oils, Exxon and Chevron and Fubo. So you have got a big week of earnings coming up next week. If you have any questions, hit me up. It's already been, almost 40 minutes here. So again, remember, Linktree has all of the links. If you need anything, you can always hit me up. My email address is right there in the upper right-hand corner. All the socials are above. If you have any questions, hit me up. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Okay, talk to you. Bye. Okay, bum. Do. And yeah, Steve, if you're still here, I checked Costco. They sold out within like a day of the X5. I'm angry. I didn't get it. Okay, hold on. I gotta get this loaded in, and then I'll look at your chats. We're gonna take that 1/10 of a second off. Boom. Okay, we're gonna put in this. My graphics are so damn good. I'm proud of these damn things. Okay.
Heading out.
You leaving?
Yep.
I miss you already.
See you.
Okay, you'll be back later tonight, or?
Yeah.
Okay, not this afternoon?
I don't know.
Okay.
Right, I have to work until 6:30.
Okay, I may go to Costco then. Bye. Girlfriend's leaving. I'm working on my pod. She's rushing around because she's got an appointment. Okay. Let's see. Who's got question? Oh, there we go. Morning, Andres. Morning, Wendy. I have set multiple alerts from your managed tweets. I've had multiple alerts on NBS. Yeah, I like NBS. I haven't either, Eli. Yeah, don't post alpha pics. They'll yell at me, even if like people. I get pissed at them every now and then I'll make comments and do stuff. But I respect that people paid for it and stuff too. So 4-hour algorithm, Damianos. Why don't you have a 4-hour algorithm on SOFI? Why don't you have the 4-hour algorithm, Damianos? I don't think it works very well, but I like the stock. Yeah, I like Google even at 160. I like Google long term. I just think that 170 is going to be it's shown as a resistance, but the market's open right now, and it's not really doing anything. Akshat, AMD, and Marvel. I've never owned. AVGO. I want to get back in. It was up like 12% yesterday or something. It's playing around this 185 range right now. It's trading at 189, but it's playing around there. And that's been a clear kind of, hey, let's buy it below it and sell it above it. I mean, all the way since June of last year. Buy it below it, sell it above it. I mean, that's been a clear kind of, as you get to that 185, it's been a clear resistance right here, June, and then right here in October, right here in November. You broke through it, and then you used it as kind of support right here in March, and it rejected off it in April. And so as you continue on in April, it's just one of those things. But I don't own an AMD and Marvell because Marvell, I don't know much about it. AMD, I'd rather just own NVIDIA. And that's the way I kind of look at it. Yeah, I hope not. I hope, Josh, stuff doesn't crash on Thursday and Friday. But Apple and Amazon reporting isn't a great thing. Yeah, Chris, I was going to buy the X5. It's funny because Steve just texted me that the X5, the Insta360 X5, I'm going hiking in Colorado, near Grays and Torreys, I think. We're not doing the 14er. I'm not in shape to do the 14er. And I think there's still the one track that we found that we want to do. There's still post holing and some ice, so we're gonna rent some spikes and maybe some snowshoes. And I don't feel like doing a 14er where I'm post holing. I did that one time with Bierstadt, and I was in shape back then, and now I'm not. So, GitLab's interesting one. I mean, I think it's a niche for programmers, but it's super, super profitable, if I remember correctly. And if you're just talking about 20% upside, I mean, I think right there, that 65, I mean, just look, you've had it go down below and then come back up. Profitability, you know, it's 88% gross profit. I remember being profitable, but they've got some issues, I think, on their leverage free cash flow. Yeah, there's some issues there. But I mean, Wall Street says it's a strong buy, but 28 analysts, $72. Are you getting back up to 72? That's close to 65. So I don't know. It seems good. But yeah, I don't know. Why is that chat over there, but it's not over here? That's interesting. Let me see if I missed anything down here, because it looks like the chat is different over here than it is over here. Now I've got to do my, let's see. We'll go into Canva. What am I going to do? What are my notes on? Oh, let's see. Can I say, stop? You can get under there. I'm sure you can get under there. Let's see. Let's just do, we'll do YouTube thumbnail stocks. And maybe I can customize. Maybe this one. Although that's going to be hard because that's going to be a whole picture of him at a desk. And I don't have a desk. Oh, there's a video. Why is that? Let's do this one. Why not? Let's do. No. Let's see. I have to turn that to a green arrow. I'm gonna say. Okay, let's just say we're going to do that. And we'll do the size. No. Penny. Maybe we'll just do that and then we'll uploads. I'll take. Where's my. Haven't I used this one before? Penny, that's why Daisy stopped crying, because you got out of the bed. I know exactly what happened. We'll use this one. No, why can't? No. No. Okay. Erase. Let's see if I can get rid of it. I don't think it gets rid of it. Oh, there we go. Okay. And we'll close that. There we go. It looks okay. Okay. I gotta run. I gotta take this one out. I will see you guys Monday. See you, bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound.